Welcome back guys, Gozen here for Anime Uproar. Today I am going to tell you everything you need to know about one of the most important titans in Attack on Titan, the Smiling Titan. The titan that appeared in the beginning of the show and changed the lives of our main characters forever. The Smiling Titan ate Eren's, our protagonist's, own mother before his eyes and sparked his thirst for revenge, which has for the most part driven the story ever since. Before we get into it, I want to thank you guys for the unbelievable support you have shown. Dear God, these last few weeks have been insane, and it's all thanks to you guys, and of course girls who have been liking and commenting on these videos. It really means a lot. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe because we have plenty of Attack on Titan videos on this channel and many more on the way. As always, in order to explain the Smiling Titan, its identity, and everything else you need to know about it, I will need to draw on the manga. So beyond this point, there will be manga spoilers. Proceed with extreme caution, be prepared to get your mind blown. Alright, if you're still with me and psyched to get going, smash that like button and let's get into it. The true identity of the Smiling Titan is Dina Yeager, formerly known as Dina Fritz. She's the first wife of Grisha Yeager, Eren's father, and the mother of Zeke Yeager, Eren's half-brother, and the current possessor of the Beast Titan. So yeah, she's kind of a big deal, guys. She is a small woman with a petite frame. Even though she is relatively short, she has large eyes, she has fair skin, and blonde hair. She usually has a worried expression on her face. In contrast to her human form, her Titan form is constantly grinning, a big wide smile, which is why we call it the Smiling Titan. The Titan is also quite large, despite Dina's stature. This is probably due to the fact that she has royal blood. Zeke is 17 meters tall in his Titan form, as opposed to Eren and Reiner, who are 15 meters tall. In addition, when Rod Reese, who also has royal blood, became a Titan, he became a previously unseen 120 meters tall Titan. He was so big, in fact, that he couldn't even stand up without the support of the wall. So it does seem like royal blood does usually mean that you're going to be an above average size Titan. Now that we have the basics out of the way, let's get into some history. About 100 years ago, the king of the Eldian Empire fled the main continent because he wanted peace and moved his capital to the island of Paradise. This king is known as the 145th king or the first king of the walls. He had the coordinate, or the power of the founding titan. If you want to learn everything you need to know about this power, make sure to check out my coordinate explained video. Among other things, the coordinate allowed him to control titans. This power was what kept the Eldian Empire intact, but after he left Marley with the other Eldians, now called Island Dwellers, Marley took over, using the constant feuding of the remaining Eldian houses to their advantage. In this way, Marley took control of 7 of the 9 Titan powers, which they used to maintain order. Meanwhile, the first king used the founding Titan power, which could only be used to its full capacity by members of the royal family, to create the 3 walls by using tens of millions of Colossus Titans and their hardening abilities. However, he abandoned all the Eldians outside of the walls, now living in the Marley-controlled continent. This is where we get to Dina. Dina Fritz was a member of the royal family, but she belongs to a branch that didn't want to abandon the Eldian people and the Eldian cause in Marley. She, along with her family, kept her identity secret and lived in the Liberio internment camp. There, they waited in hiding, hoping that the Eldians would regain power and their true status would be recognized once more. It is the Owl, also known as Eren Kruger, who sends Dina to the Eldian Restorationists, where she meets and falls in love with Grisha Yeager. She is the one that explains to the Restorationists how the founding Titan was taken by the first king to Paradise. She also explains that the founding Titan power is the key that will allow them to control all of the other Titans and restore Eldian rule. She says that the first king retreated behind the walls because he refused to fight anymore. This is when Grisha declares that they will reclaim the founding Titan and restore the true Eldian monarchy, the one that stayed and didn't abandon their people. Dina is so touched by his words that she hugs him and begins to cry in his arms. A year later, Grisha and Dina get married and have a child they named Zeke. It is clear that Dina loves the child very much, and both her and Grisha see this royal-blooded baby as the key to restoring Eldia. They finally get their chance when the Marleyan government brings about a new program so that they can finally infiltrate Paradise. Not only is the power of the founding Titan waiting behind King Fritz's walls, but the island itself has many resources that the Marleyan government knows that they'll need in the future. They realize that technology is quickly progressing and that the power of the Titans will not be absolute for long. Since the Marleyan government needs Eldians to use the 7 Titan powers that they have in their possessions, they decide to recruit Eldian children who are between 5 and 7 years old. In order to incentivize the Eldian people to cooperate, the government proclaims that the chosen warriors and their families will get honorary Marleyan citizenship, which would mean a better standard of living and hopefully less unwarranted cruelty and violence. Grisha and Dina see this as an opportunity for the Eldian Restorationists and agree to place Zeke into the government program so that he can be an Eldian spy. However, to their surprise, the boy betrays his parents. Dina, along with Grisha, is sent to the island of Paradise as punishment, where Eldians are injected with a Titan serum and turned into mindless man-eating Titans, who are doomed to roam the island for eternity, or at least until they are killed by Captain Levi. Dina is brought next to Grisha before she is injected with the Titan serum and pushed off the seawall. She tells him not to worry and that no matter what she becomes, she will find him. Grisha tries to tell everyone that she's of royal blood and should not be killed. He knows that Eldians with royal blood are very valuable to the Marleyans because once acquired, they can control the founding Titan power. But the owl, who is revealed to be Eren Kruger, shuts him up. Eren later tells him that becoming a mindless Titan is probably preferable to the Marleyan government forcing her to bear children to inherit the founding Titan power for the rest of her life. Then Sergeant Major Gross, a very fitting name, injects Dina with the Titan serum and she is thrown off the seawall as a traumatized and horrified Grisha watches his wife get turned into the Smiling Titan. This is also the first time that we as readers realize that the Smiling Titan who killed Eren's mother and started him down the path of revenge was actually Grisha's first wife. An insane twist indeed. And this is why some people have said that the Smiling Titan killed Eren's mother out of revenge because she married her husband. But this is unlikely because she is in a mindless state and she wouldn't actually have a way of knowing that Grisha, who's absent at this point, married Carla, Eren's mother. Nevertheless, it is quite the coincidence. In addition to showing up after the Colossus Titan breaches Shiganshina district in Wall Maria, Dina's Titan also shows up 5 years later, when Reiner along with Bertolt is attempting to kidnap Eren and Amir. After Erwin and Mikasa rescue Eren and begin to retreat, the armored Titan starts throwing Titans at them, which causes Mikasa and Eren to fall. Hannes tries to repay his debt to the Jaeger family by killing the Smiling Titan and saving Eren and Mikasa, but he is killed in the process and devoured by the Smiling Titan. The Smiling Titan then reaches out for Eren, who punches its hand. This activates the power of the Coordinate or Founding Titan power within Eren. Among other things, the Founding Titan allows the possessor to control Titans. After making contact with Dina's Titan, suddenly Eren is able to control the surrounding Titans and sends them to kill Dina. The only reason Eren is finally able to activate the dormant power of the Founding Titan inside him is because Dina is of royal blood. The Titans rip her to shreds and devour her, and thus the deaths of his mother and Hannes are finally avenged. However, Eren's sweet revenge does not turn out to be as satisfying as he expected, especially after we find out that Titans aren't actually evil. They are members of the same Eldian race, who have been turned into man-eating Titans against their wills and are now suffering through an endless nightmare, as Emir called it. As you can see, Dina Fritz turns out to be one of the most important characters in Attack on Titan. She is Grisha's first wife, who brings the Eldian Restorationists important historical documents and knowledge of the Founding Titan. She gives birth to Zeke, who went on to become the strongest Titan shifter and one of the major antagonists of the show. If you want to know more about Zeke and the Beast Titan, be sure to check out the Beast Titan Explained video and also our friend Nuxtaku's video where he goes into why the Beast Titan is such a great villain. Dina's Titan also eats our protagonist's mother, which sparks Eren's thirst for revenge. She brings out Eren's dormant powers and indirectly helps our protagonist get to the truth behind the Titans and the world outside the walls. Dina Fritz's importance in the world of Attack on Titan cannot be denied. Anyways guys, there it is. Everything you need to know about the Smiling Titan, aka Dina Fritz. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button and tell me what you think about Dina and her character in the comment section below. As always, feel free to make suggestions for future videos in the comment section, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more Attack on Titan videos. I want to take a moment to thank our patrons, Shatos, A Lovely Tsundere, Gilgamesh, Third Strike Senedo, Christian Floor, Urbano, for Never None 15, aka Girl Bro, AMS, and Original Inc. Thank you guys so much for helping to make all this possible. If you also want to see more videos like this one, consider supporting us on Patreon, link in the description. And as always, until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.